Hi guys, so today I'm gonna watch this video that's from yesterday, January 10, regarding Donald Trump. So Donald Trump sentenced without penalty in New York hush money case. In other words, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get away with all the felony charges. This is expected. I don't think anyone is gonna be super surprised that this end up happening. It's unfortunate, but the rich and the wealthy, like Trump, gets away with everything. But let's watch the video and see what BS they might try to say about this case.
Steve, thanks. Good stuff. Steve Leisman, as we've been talking, we do have news on President-elect Trump's sentencing. For that, we'll get to Eamon Javers. Hey, Eamon.
Carl, that's right. President-elect Trump is off the hook in the New York hush money case.
Yep,
Judge
to the
Juan
point.
Merchan, just within the past couple of minutes, sentencing Trump to unconditional discharge. That means he won't face any jail time, any fines, any penalties of any kind in that case. The judge saying that this ruling on this
Unconditional. That makes no sense to me. No prison time, not even forced to do any type of volunteer work. Nothing. He has to pay nothing, no penalties, no fines. Which is basically telling the American people that as long as you have power and money, you can do anything, especially as a president. The law does not impact you the same way as it does with regular people. This is a big, big issue.
sentencing is due to the president-elect's status as president-elect. He said Donald Trump, the ordinary citizen, and Donald Trump, the criminal defendant, would not be entitled to such considerable protections. Trump himself, speaking to the court today remotely, said this has been a political.
And he was still allowed to talk about this remotely. He didn't even have to appear in person. This, if it was you and I, regular Joes, we would already be in prison for decades, if not for life.
Witch hunt in this case. He said it was done to damage my reputation, so I would lose the election. The judge then going on to sentence him to unconditional discharge on all 34 counts of falsifying business records that he was sentenced to last year. And David, as the judge produced this sentence, he said to the president-elect, "I wish you Godspeed for your second term in office." Back over to you guys.
How is this just so normal? New York is so corrupt too. Like, how can you be a judge and just allow Trump to get away with everything? You could at least done something. Yeah, he could have patterned himself, whatever, and the whole conviction is gone. But at least do something. He got away with everything. Never got in trouble. He'll never go to prison. He has basically unlimited power as a president. As long as he does everything as an official act, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, he has a limited power and authority. He can do anything, and especially even more so, not get in trouble. Again, this is why a lot of people are not happy about the U.S., especially Americans, and this just proves that the U.S. is extremely corrupt. We talk about other countries being corrupt, and we talk about either Brazil or talk about the Middle East or Russia and all these other countries, but in the end, you have to look yourself in the mirror that, arguably speaking, the most corrupt country in that way is the US. The US really is the reason why so many countries are in distraught, why we have so many wars. The US prevented many countries from becoming a proper socialist nation. Cuba is a good example of this, where they constantly sanction this country so they can never have the social system work properly. And it's always dismantled. So this just shows that U.S. knows that other countries can do better than them, but they sanction them, and other countries basically follow, and it weakens a potential socialist state from ever being truly successful. And this just further proves how U.S. is just extremely corrupt. It's an oligarch society, aka for the rich and the wealthy. And as long as you're not bare minimal upper class, you're basically screwed. And they're saying this right now. And then they wonder why Luigi Mangione and people like him end up allegedly, killing someone. And this is just one of many scenarios that's gonna probably happen more and more often. And that's part of the reasons why. When you have a president that should, or at that case, he was still former president. He's not president till like January 20, but still, he won the election. When you have someone who has that much power, he should be treated at a high level. At my job, upper management, when they discriminate someone or we found it's something substantial against ethical actions or discrimination, they are subjected to higher penalties and disciplinary actions because of the higher titles, the position. Because as you're in a higher title, assistant commissioner, whatever the case may be, you are expected to do better. So we are harsher on how we're gonna penalize, or how we're gonna discipline you, potentially even fire you because of those positions that you have. You should know better. That's how we do in the state government, at least in my state. But in this case, it's completely opposite. The federal government, especially the president, the single position that is the most powerful in the country, they don't do the same. You get away with committing crime, and that's an issue. Instead, it should be treated as someone at the highest expectation, and they should be sentenced to prison for life for all these acts. They should be demonstrated that, hey, just because you have authority and power in this the most powerful position doesn't mean you get away with crime. Instead, they do. So this is a horrible lesson that teaches young people, especially, that hey, as long as you have power and wealth, you can do anything you want in life, and you will always get away with it. All right, guys. At that point, just let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree with this decision, which I'm gonna assume that a lot of you don't. And if you do, just explain why. I'm wondering why you think so. And if you don't, let me know what your thoughts about it. All right, guys. Have a good night.